Alright, this is my review, of the Midwest Grow kit. I haven't really started, so I'm just kind of pointing everything out, what I got and what they sent. So, alright, I bought their kit, which was $137. It's called the Mega Mushroom Kit. And these are all the things that it came with. 16 jars of, I think it's 5 different ingredients. Obviously, vermiculite is in there. I think it was bee pollen. They list a couple other things. I'm pretty sure they know this stuff, so they probably have a good combination of whatever is going on in there. This is the perlite. Once everything is ready to be fruited, so that's I guess 2 stages from now. I'm not really sure how to divide that up. This is for later also. Let's see. This is the air pump humidifier. And then the hose that goes between these two. This humidifier, I've seen a review online where a guy had used this same thing before, and the instructions the company gave him were to wash it out. That it's not charcoal. I don't know exactly what it's made out of, but you're supposed to clean it. Yeah, I don't really know why, but he showed a picture of his sink, and it was just filthy, and then the picture of his thing. Anyway. It makes sense though. If you want to keep your humidifier clean, it's going to keep the air and moisture that it's pumping in clean. Some latex gloves in there too. Some alcohol swipes, alcohol pads. I got a whole box here. These are just stuff that I put together. So a 24-hour timer there. It seems to work pretty well. And here's for the light. That's also for later. And their timer, which seems to be working pretty well. Timer, humidifier, and temperature. It's also got the time in it. That's probably why I said that. Alright, let me show you what it came with. Alright, so this is the box. I think they said it with the storage. I think they said it was 56 quarts. I don't even know what that is, because I'm American, how many gallons that is or whatever. The temperature reading, the number at the top, is supposed to be between, I believe it's 75, 76 Fahrenheit and 81 degrees Fahrenheit. So I just put it in there as a test to see how, how warm it was right now just by itself. This is LA weather, so what do you expect? Jesus, it's almost midnight. All right, and 65% humidity, and it gets even warmer during the day, obviously, but the thing is, once you inoculate and you put them in this thing, you don't need to worry about the humidity right away. That's for a later stage, just for fruiting. It also comes with a heating pad, and they tell you to put it underneath, but I didn't want to damage the hardwood floor. I don't know how hot this thing gets, so I put it in between this towel, which they recommend. And it isn't even plugged in right now. Oh, it is plugged in, but it's off. It's just regular LA weather, LA summer weather. Let's see what else. Alright, so the inoculation method that they say in here, there's a picture of it somewhere right there. They tell you to do this thing with the oven. That oven, hot air from the oven is supposed to keep away contaminants. From what I've read online, that sounds like horse shit. Not only that, if you see the top picture, they're spraying Lysol in there, which I believe is flammable. If you don't have a gas range, you're gonna start a fire with that. But no, this is an open air method. You can get good results from it, but it's not recommended. And everywhere I've looked online, and I'm a newbie. I don't even know most of the words of the tech, but most of the people online were saying this has been debunked, and you should use something like this. Not exactly a cardboard box like this one, but if you're gonna get into it, you should use some cheap $7, $8 thing from, we don't have a Walmart in LA, but from Home Depot, one of those things. Ooh, I think I'm out of breath. I was just moving boxes. Let's see. So this thing is basically what I built, just because it's going to be a temporary thing. I'm probably going to throw it away right after I use it, but this is what, did I forget anything? Just want to make sure I covered everything that they sent. Yeah, I think that's it. So this is what I'm building now. It's just a cardboard box that it came with. You don't need much stuff. Tape. I used glue, Lysol. I'm actually missing some stuff. So things that I put together here: bleach and H2O2. just 2 bottles of it. I need some isopropyl, and got to be very careful with that around the flame, obviously, and the Lysol disinfectant. Okay, so back to this. It's just going to be temporary because they say that in between the folds of the tape and in between the wrinkles, if you put cling wrap or whatever cling film you put on to keep it sealed in there, it can grow contaminants. And obviously, if you're going to soap it up or clean it, it's going to get moist just because of the nature of cardboard. So this is just a temporary thing. It's just my first time, and because I just got the box, it's brand new. At least I hope it's brand new. But went a little step further. I didn't see this online anywhere, but I just lined the entire thing with glue. Now, the thing about these types of methods for inoculation. Now, this one in particular, if I can get the light out of here, if you can see that they have little things. I think that's called Tyrex or something. Something around it, and then they have gloves through it. I don't know exactly what this is, or even I don't even really know what I'm talking. This is just from a couple hours worth of reading. So if they have the gloves attached here, it's called a glove box. If it's the same exact thing but there are no gloves attached, then it's called a SAB, still air box. So that's what I'm building right now. I think a still air box would be a lot easier to use. If you can see these. Get the light out of there. Yeah, these gloves that are attached, they don't really reach in very far, and I'm not really sure how I would manipulate that. And just being a first-time person, I think I'll take the risk, and I'm even going an extra step by doing this kind of thing versus the open air method that they kind of recommend. So basically, you put everything inside, and then you seal it with whatever it is, and then you spray something in there to disinfect it. And keeping the flame far away from it, they say you don't have to wipe the walls down because a still air box and a glove box, they're not meant for sterility. They're meant for just an environment to keep the air still. So I really shouldn't have bothered with these seams and everything. I just kind of wanted to go an extra mile, see if I could reduce the amount of contaminants, just because the last time I tried to grow this, these two fungi, I failed and they died. So you put everything inside, you seal it up, and then you wipe these jars very carefully with isopropyl. Let's see, I think you even wipe the top. I've only seen that in one recommendation, but yeah, just you take the foil off, wipe the top down, flame the needle. That person has a click type lighter here, the fireplace type lighter. I'm either going to use that, preferably an alcohol, scientific kind of butane. It's like that and just has a wick coming out of it. Just so you don't have to keep on touching something, putting it down, possibly contaminating the gloves that you're wearing. But anyway, here's that whole setup here. So you put everything inside. Wipe your hands down very carefully with isopropyl. Again, keeping the flame far away. Then you wipe down one jar. Take out the needle, take the top off, wipe, let's see, do you wipe it down with some isopropyl before flaming? I can't remember. I think it's before flaming, but whatever it is, you want to flame the needle until it's red, pretty much red hot, but not obviously burning. So something close to maybe 10 seconds, and then give it another second or two to cool down, and then you hold the jars at an angle. And I'm not showing this right. There are plenty of videos online, but anyway, you want to aim the needle towards the glass so that you can see the fluid coming out. And you only want to put 1 to 1.5 cubic centimeters of fluid inside. Now, you need the second part of all of this setup is you actually need the spores. So I don't think this has any personal info. Yeah, this is the money order that I sent these lovely people that were kind enough to be the only reputable company that would ship totally legal spores to California. I believe they're called Golden Preachers, which is a distant relative of lion's mane, and less than A-. I can't remember the exact name, but that's what that is. Let's see. Okay, so that covers the inoculation. Oh, let me show you what the box looks like. It's gonna stick the ground a little bit, but that's all right. It's almost dry. Okay, so it looks really messy now, but what I did was I left these ridges here so that I could duct tape everything around the side once the glue is dried. Obviously these down and these down. Tried to cover all the corners, sealed everything down just to, you know, minimize airflow. But anyway, that's what this thing looks like. I'm going to obviously put the plastic wrap on it after cling film or some sort of plastic wrap once that's ready to go and everything's inside. What else is that? Okay, so what else is there to say? Once all of these jars have been inoculated, I'm going to take this box, right, this storage box that they sent, obviously clean it out really well. That one I could do a much better job of than this one just because I don't have to worry about it getting wet. So probably some of these, maybe a combination of these, maybe some white vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, isopropyl, and obviously those, not many people realize that these don't kill pathogens and bacteria on contact. You have to let these things dry and do their work. So alcohol, I think if it's isopropyl, I think it's 10 minutes. Shoot, bleach, a combination of bleach and water, I can't even remember, but these things could all be looked up. The CDC had some recommendations, but I didn't want to get too crazy. Well, crazier than I already went. Let me see. Okay, so that's the main thing. Once these are inoculated, you seal them up again. Put this tin foil back on. You can't really see it, but yeah, there's tin foil on there. Put that back on. Make sure everything's really tight. And the hard part is over, so you can move them. Now, I didn't want to move them too far, so obviously after that's cleaned out, I'm going to take them from this box and put them in there, and then carry them. And do all of this in the bathroom with the fan off, the air conditioning off, completely as still air as possible, waiting for all these chemicals to dry, these disinfectants to dry, and just try to get it as still as possible. And once this is all taped up and everything, I'll punch 2 holes in here. A better method to do that is to punch one hole higher than the other, just so that you have a different range of things that you can reach inside. It's upside down now, of course. Okay, and then once it's in here, again, I think it's 76 to 81. You just monitor the temperature, keep the heat on if you need the heater going. Just to keep it that temperature day and night. You can even hook it up to the timer so that you turn it on. It turns on and off every half hour if you don't want to waste electricity. So I think that's everything. That's just kind of an amalgamation of everything that I've read, seen in a video. Probably a lot of wrong information here just because I'm a new user. I probably got some things wrong, but that's that. All right. Let me think just for a second and waste a little bit of time. Just try to see if I forgot anything. Something nagging. Oh, recommendations for this kit. Okay, they recommend that once your cakes, that's these things, once they're all white. That's the second stage. I won't go into details, but once they're ready to go and you're ready to pop them out of the jar, you need to roll them in recommended to roll them in vermiculite. Now this kit doesn't come with vermiculite. Some of the other kits do, but that's something I'm gonna have to go out and buy. What was the other thing? I think that's pretty much it. Was there something else? I think there was something else I wish this kit had come with, but well, anyway, cost. So again, 137 for all of this up here, and that box, and the temperature gauge, the instructions. They sent some helpful videos and stuff, but I think there's some information in there that Shermery and a few other people don't recommend. So, and this box is what they sent it with. That's what I'm going to use. I'm just probably going to toss it after I use it. These jars alone are possibly worth it just to buy alone and even just use them, but this isn't the preferred method. The preferred method is actually taking, taking a big bag. Imagine this is an entire bag with the seal right here, a self-healing injection port. and then dump the entire thing in there instead of using these jars. Now I'm worried about contamination, and because I'm a first-time person, I want to do them individually so that I can separate jars if they fail. So if you haven't guessed already, I'm pretty paranoid about that. That's why I've been doing a lot of research. But anyway, I hope I got a lot of things right. Hope I helped some people, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Later.